Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here in the audience today. Now, while this week is actually a major week for Jagex playing catch up with their Vampirium and Blood Moon Risers updates, next week is the first batch of Summer Sweep Up changes, which does include Corrupted Gauntlet and Sorry Per Axe changes. That was confirmed by JMods on Reddit. They put it in the blog last minute last week. I really wish they would update us more on this, but I've got your back. I will always let you guys know about these updates that are coming when I can. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. And while you're down there in the comment section, feel free to let me know what you're most hyped for with the Summer Sweep Up changes. I really am not sure what I think maybe I'm most hyped for the Inquisitor buffs. I don't know if that's coming next week though or in part 2, but it is coming eventually. However, next week, CG and Sorry Per Axe are guaranteed alongside many other buffs within the Summer Sweep Up changes. My name is Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Rune News. Let me know your best Summer Sweep Up changes down below, and make sure you check out the latest episode of Right Click Examine because that series is popping the fuck off at the moment. People are loving it. I highly recommend checking it out, and I greatly appreciate the support. Kit.com/Kinconda for all the live streams to call me a dickhead. Let's dive into the old school RuneScape update this week for Rune News. My name is Ryan. Suck a fat cock. This is Rune News. This week's Old School RuneScape update is titled The Blood Moon Risers and Bank Tag Tweaks. This is hopefully the last big Blood Moon Risers update, and I'm very happy with what they have provided here. We're going to go through all this content update during the live stream in about 12 hours time. Kick.com/Kincondor. Jump over there to check it out and share your thoughts. Let's dive in. So first of all, this little bar is going to be permanent here. This is the new change, I guess, for the Jagex updates. Kind of fucks me off a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Let's move. So what this little eulogy here, basically Jagex is saying they want to let the, the uniques from the Maggot King settle a little bit more, but they have made some really good drop rate changes, or drop table changes, should I say, that further improves from last week. So step 1. All of the tarnished weapons or tarnished items are now 1 tick clean, and all tarnished weapons are now out for just under rune value, so you can gamble on getting a rune or dragon item to get extra value out of that. Otherwise, they out for just under rune value, which is pretty clean. You can just out it and move on. And all of the jewelry that is tarnished, that will out for their diamond equivalent jewelry price too. Big fan of that. They've also made the Venator, Fangs, and Teeth tradeable, which is big for main accounts. You can also just buy that shit now. So pretty big changes to the Maggot King. They didn't want to add any more to the drop table because, of course, they want the uniques to be the main selling point of this boss. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, there's just a few different fixes here. Nothing major. I don't think they've made any changes to the inoculation and Serb Helm method, which is good. A lot of people were enjoying that. So super big fan of that. The Venators have just had a little bit of a buff. The superior Venators will now drop the Venator Heart when defeated with the Sun Spear special attack, which I thought they weren't. I guess that was just a bug. And then quest tweaks. Again, just map changes and fixing issues. There's nothing too major. But this is the big one. Vampirium and skilling tweaks. So you're going to make a fuck ton more cash from Maggot King. And you're also going to make you're going to have a much better time getting Seeker Arrows. Now, this was what I was waiting for. And I'm really glad Jagex finally bought this here. And honestly, I was at first expecting it to take a few weeks. I'm glad they have pumped it out now. So there's now an AFK method to cutting the Bloodwood sap. You just press it and walk away. I'm going to check it out today while I'm at my poker tournament. Just at the poker table, just click, let it woodcut while I send it. No idea how it's going to work. They don't really say. I guess you just sit there and slowly chop the tree. That's fine. Big fan of that. They've reduced the amount of crystal shards used on Crystal Axe 2 on the trees to 10%, significantly reducing the operating costs. And of course, the new big update, which is right here. This is the big one. Seeking Headless Arrows can now be used on already made arrows to turn them into Seeker Arrows, meaning that you can now get the best bang for your buck out of your... Can you shut the... So I've got a can of Pepsi Max here that's just like... I don't know if you can hear it in the mic, but I can just hear it going... Like the fizz is just fucking pissing me off. Sorry. So, basically, now your blood sap, use all your blood sap on redwood logs. Turn those redwood logs into Seeker Arrow shafts, put feathers on them, use them on your already made dragon arrows. You've got a fuck ton of Seeker Dragon Arrows now. So redwood logs, bloodwood sap, big fucking change. This is the best way to go about it now. I don't think it was super necessary because we knew it wasn't going to be like this on release, but people complained day one. Jagex made it better, and I'm all for it. So now all your dragon arrows and amethyst arrows can now be turned into Seeker arrows with little to no effort. So big fan of that. Blood Moon Risers, here's the official drop rates, which we're aware of on the wiki already. Crowdsourced. Crimson Kistin, 1 in 520. Elder Fang, 340, which is, I think, yeah, pretty close to what the wiki said. Pet, 1 in 3,500, unless you go for the eggs, and there's your egg drop rates there. chance to get that sort of egg, and a chance that the pet comes from that sort of egg, which is pretty big. Venator drop rates, 1 in 5 for the superior venator rate for the bloodshot is massive. Now, there's a bank tag update. Now, bank tags are, if you use ring light, you've already got bank tags. However, for mobile and official clients, you can now import the information to your other bank, I guess, and also that's good. So thank you for that update, Jagex, big fan. Sailing changes. Now, this is with the marlin changes, of course. We made a video on this a few weeks, probably a few months ago now, how people are just sitting on other people's boats and getting free marlin fish, and it's absolutely fucked them in the economy. Marlin are dirt cheap right now and absolutely worth investing in if you want some really good high-end food. Jagex is now making it so if you're on someone else's boat fishing for marlin deep sea trolling, you are now forced to stop fishing if you're AFK for more than 5 minutes. You also have to do your own baiting in the shoals now. Well, if the boat, so how it would work is like you get the captain on the boat to bait the trolls, the shoals, and everyone would get that deep sea trolling fishing buff. Now only the person who owns the boat gets that buff. If you want it yourself, if you're on someone else's boat, you have to bait it yourself, which is not the end of the world because it's stackable, but it is worth noting. Basically, you can't AFK for as long now. And of course, if you kill a sea monster and you're locked on the cannon, you will no longer automatically resume firing when it respawns, preventing cannonballs from being wasted, which in my mind is bullshit because I want to AFK on the cannon. So, thanks for ruining that for me, Jagex. Appreciate it. Otherwise, there's not really a whole lot of substance to the rest of this update. There's a bunch of propaganda for them banning bots, which I'm sure we all agree are subjective to the time of the year. And then, of course, there's RuneFest coming. I probably won't be attending RuneFest this year because I don't fucking want to go to the UK. That shit stinks. There's a mass chambers, which I'll be avoiding because that's a fucking nightmare and a half to do. RuneScape, the fuck is this shit? Get out of here with that nonsense. And LMS is back on Oswald's, which is huge. We're currently 8-1 in the NHFC. And in LMS, I don't think I've lost an LMS game in years. So looking forward to that. Don't be afraid to come by to the live stream and show me how much of a dickhead I really am. Big update, but next week is going to be even bigger. But you can make some fat cash this week with the Maggot King, with the drop rate unique changes or the drop table changes. And of course, the secret arrows are now here, better than ever. My name is Ryan. I'm a fat cunt. Have a good night. I have nothing good to say about RuneScape 3. Never have, never will. I tried playing it once, it was shit. I stopped playing it, still shit. And now, based on everything I've heard about this game, dog shit. So to sum this game up in a nutshell, as we're all aware, RuneScape 3. It's fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange update for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the bottled storm is the biggest rise. It's coming back up with a slight comeback because a lot of people are giving up on sailing. Bottled storms were dipping a little bit in price. They weren't worth firing, but they're actually making a slight comeback and might be worth investing with the new Worms Crake update coming. You want to sit your boat at that island, although they'll have their own teleport anyway. There are more sailing updates coming soon. Vampire Krakens are slowly increasing in value again. Cannonballs are super easy to make. Keep an eye on all these sailing items as people put that shit down to do other content in the game. Sailing unironically seems to always make a comeback, which is fucking huge. Now, the biggest loss of the week is the Crimson Kiston. Unfortunately, probably one of the most disappointing spec weapon updates. It's not even a bad spec weapon. It's best to slot at some places. It's second best in others. It just kind of fell short. It doesn't help when Jagex releases these new weapons. They absolutely blast cunts off the map, hitting 120s in the wilderness. Then they have to fix it, actually make it work properly as intended, and then it just kind of becomes this disappointing slot weapon. Still want to get mine though. I'm waiting for that because fuck getting the last piece for the Voidwaker. I cannot be bothered. And now, unfortunately, the Twisted Bing Bong Billion Chillium, while being the most expensive Mega Rare in the game, is still taking a slight dip in value. A lot of people are pushing out Chambers of Xeric at the moment, trying to get this T-Bow. It is super powerful and highly anticipated to be a super powerful Mega Rare in Raids 4 until we get our hands on the new Zuck Cock, if that ends up coming to the game. T-Bow, pretty fucking big and super cheap right now at 1.5 bill. Highly recommend grabbing one if you have the funds. Go farm one in Cogs. They're still worth a fuck ton of money. Very powerful weapon. And now that they've been buffed the Seeker Arrows, they're doing some fucking damage. And of course, finally, the Sawmill vouchers are back on the fucking rise. Like we said, when people start doing sailing value goes up. Of course, the bots are still farming the shit out of these because this is insane cash money at the moment. You're making mils, like tens of mils, tens of thousands, no, tens of mils a day just by converting Sawmill vouchers into planks on bot farms. It's super easy and super beneficial. And you can grab these easily through forestry. People are missing out on the Sawmill vouchers. I'm making fat amounts of cash at the moment. Legitimately, I can only imagine what bot farms are fucking making. They're absolutely milking it because people are just letting these Sawmill vouchers sit at incredibly cheap prices. Makes it way easier to farm your planks and sell that for a fat profit. My name is Wade Green, and if you're not going to invest, I'm just going to keep making fat cash. Stay broke. Have a good night. Now, our first Ironman moment for the week goes to a group Ironman booger helmet getting a T-bow known as BR Iron Vinny. Unfortunately, it is a booger helmet, so he probably paid for that twisted bow, or at least he's paying for the services, or so he's not playing properly. He's had people carry him, he's had people join his team in full Missouri and T-bow, and then he's gone and raided with them to get his own T-bow. He didn't really earn this shit himself. It's a fake Ironman, fake T-bow. Once again, the shitter you are at the game, the more likely you are to get paid, so... just another reason to hate booger helms. Now, this is an interesting Iron Man moment this week. For some reason, someone chose... What's his name? His name is Omar89, I think. I don't know. He chose to flex that he finished mastering Mixology minigame. Which, I mean... I guess it's a cry for help. Maybe this is just the new sponsor for Men's Health. This is depressing as shit. Try not to kill yourself. I don't even know if congratulating you is worth it. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. And our final Iron Man moment for the week goes to a main account known as Bag of Fruit. You have an STI, got 99 defense. Look at him. What a fucking unit. Again, just another pointless flex, but I guess it's better than a booger helm getting a T-bow because you know that he worked hard and legitimately for that 99 defense, so we'll give him credit there. That is it this week, ladies and gentlemen, for Rune News. My name is Ryan. Summer Sweep Up changes next week. Make sure you check out the latest episode of Right Click Examine, or you've got a small cock. Have a good night. Quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy.